Hey everybody, we're here in Indianapolis, and for a couple years I've wanted to come and highlight the Indianapolis School on Wheels. And as an added bonus, I get to tour the Dayspring shelter here. That's a family shelter. First off, let's introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Shalyn Getz. I'm an AmeriCorps Vista who works in programming at School on Wheels.
Okay, now explain the School on Wheels program.
Okay, so School on Wheels, we have a few main components. Our most important component that we do is providing educational advocacy to homeless students living in shelters. We work in 10 shelters and 2 schools in Indianapolis. Primarily, we address the educational needs of the students through our tutoring program, which runs 4 days a week for 1 hour a night in those shelters and schools. And we always help our kids with their homework as much as possible. And then when they're done, we have a bunch of different activities that are educational and can help kids with different math and language arts skills. So
what caught my eye when I was touring your facility is that you provide uniforms, and I didn't know uniforms were the law here in Indianapolis.
At the IPS school.
Yeah, so that you can't go to school unless you have a uniform. Which is a nice way of making sure that, well, anyways, we'll move on. Hopefully you read my captions on that one. But the School on Wheels provides that along with a backpack and school supplies.
We do.
So what have you noticed about working with homeless kids and homeless families?
Well, this isn't the first time I've worked with homeless kids. I worked for Chicago Hopes in Chicago, which is a very similar program. And the thing that I noticed most is that the kids are so awesome. And it's so sad their situations make me cry inside because they're such great kids and they just don't have the educational opportunities that so many of us were blessed with. And that's the hardest part to see, that they could do so well and sometimes they just can't, for me personally.
Well, I truly love the School on Wheels throughout the country, and the one here has just always been really stuck out because of their social media use. So hint, get on social media. You're a nonprofit. So segueing to somebody who's, doesn't know their Twitter account, but we'll forgive them.
Don't give me credit. I got a Facebook.
I'm just playing with you. You guys are fun. So introduce yourself and tell me about where we are.
Okay, I'm Cheryl Herzog, and I work in development for Dayspring Center Family Emergency Shelter. We are one of 2 emergency shelters that can address the needs of an entire family. We essentially provide emergency care and support services to families with children. Our only requirement for an adult to be here is the fact that they come with children. And we will help traditional as well as non-traditional families because families come in all shapes and sizes today.
What do you clarify, traditional and non-traditional?
Well, we can help 2-parent families. We can help grandma with grandkids, which we have seen a lot of lately.
Wow.
We can help single dad with children, etc.
I just wanted, as we're talking and you're starting this tour, which was what got me to start thinking about doing the interview, was you were talking about how homelessness has changed. Can you briefly talk about that again?
Well, we were established about 25 years ago, and at that time, when families came to the shelter, essentially all they really needed was emergency care. They had missed a lot of meals. They obviously did not have a home. So they would stay with us for about 30 days, and we would provide them with meals, clothing, until they could make other arrangements with a friend or with family. Today, the families are coming to us with some very deep-rooted issues. It takes more than overnight to overcome them.
Right.
And they are here longer simply because they lack the support system that many of us have if we were to become homeless. So they don't really have family or friends to turn to when this crisis hits.
I work at a shelter in Los Angeles that has a new name, Ascensia, and one of the things that we notice is very the same. The stays are longer for several reasons, and one is also the economy.
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
hard. This is an emergency shelter. To clarify, if you don't know what emergency shelter is, and again, you'll hear me talk about. I love housing first, but we can't throw shelters away. And it was Natalie from Essentia that really opened my eyes to this, because a lot of people, in fact, the vast majority of homeless people, especially homeless families, only hit homelessness temporary. So, the housing first model really doesn't work for that particular demographic, but a place like this where they can come in 30, 60, 90 days till they get a new job, get back on their feet, get first and last month's rent, is actually a very essential program.
Well, and let's also keep in mind, too, that the trend in the last decade has been, what a lot of people don't realize is that when a family exits a homeless shelter, the vast majority, if not but about 50%, if they do not have support services when they leave here,
Right.
40 to 50% will come
back.
right back to
Yeah.
the shelter.
Or another shelter. Shelter hopping is
Become,
very,
right, exactly.
You know what I mean? And,
Exactly.
and it's a burden not only on the system, but on taxpayers and everything else.
Mhm,
I
right.
mean, it's actually a crisis. I love what you guys are doing. So I love the Indianapolis School on Wheels. So what's your webpage if people want to find out more?
www.indieschoolonwheels.org.
Ooh, that's easy.
Yeah,
and,
it's a pretty easy one.
And you?
www.dayspringindy.org.
Dayspring Indy. That's another good one. So thank you, everybody. I actually believe that we need to fight homelessness at the local level. So please look up to see who your local school on wheels are, and who your local family shelters is. And I know in today's world not everybody has money to donate, but you can clean out the closet, bake some chocolate chip cookies, or go and give your time. All are equally important. So thank you very much, and please support your local homeless services.